The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself complete. Carl Jung. Imagine standing at the edge of a great chasm, the depths of your own psyche stretching out before you. Here lies the uncharted territory of the shadow, a place where our fears, insecurities, and unaccepted parts of ourselves lurk. In this video, we're delving into these depths because it is in the darkest parts of ourselves that we often find the greatest potential for growth. This path of transformation, a path that Carl Jung himself walked and documented in his magnum opus, The Red Book, is called the path of individuation. As we embark on this path, we must brave the depths of our own unconscious, confront the shadow within, and emerge with a more profound understanding of who we truly are. This is the essence of Jung's Individuation, a movement towards wholeness where the integration of the shadow brings about a more complete, authentic self. Welcome to Pondering Psyche, where we dive deep into psychology, philosophy, and big ideas that make you go, I'm your host, a doctoral candidate in depth psychology and comparative religion and mythology, here to guide you through Jung's concept of the shadow. Why should the shadow matter to you? Because unraveling the mysteries of our own hidden depths and facing our inner darkness can lead to a more complete, vibrant self. So join us as we trace the steps to wholeness, discovering that what we're afraid of often holds the key to our greatest becoming. Understanding the fear of the full self. The journey to self-discovery often confronts us with a profound fear, the reluctance to embrace our entire selves. Carl Jung illuminated this path by stating, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." Alchemical Studies, Volume 13. This insight from Carl Gustav Jung, Swiss psychiatrist and one of the fathers of psychoanalysis, reveals the rewards inherent in engaging in a practice of self-examination. This type of brutal self-introspection is difficult for many due to our collective apprehension towards the parts of us considered unacceptable by societal norms. It's in the acceptance of these hidden aspects, however, that true self-understanding and growth lie. As we navigate the complexities of our identities, embracing both light and dark, we inch closer to authenticity. This process isn't just about confronting what we fear, but about integrating these facets into a cohesive whole. In understanding the fear of the full self, we learn that the journey to wholeness isn't one of avoidance, but one of courageous acceptance, where every shadow we dare to face illuminates the path to our truest selves. The division of the self and the shadow. In our quest to navigate the complexities of self, we often retreat from the discomfort of our full identity, dividing ourselves into two distinct realms, the conscious and the unconscious. This bifurcation serves as a sanctuary for the aspects of ourselves we celebrate, and a shadowy abyss for those we wish to hide. This murky realm comprises Carl Jung's concept of the shadow, a repository for the repressed elements of our personality. This shadow is not merely a collection of negatives, but a crucible for untapped potential and hidden aspects of our being. As Jung himself posited, everyone carries a shadow, and the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it is. Psychology and Religion. By acknowledging the existence of this shadow, we embark on a path of introspection and integration, essential for achieving a harmonious and fully realized self. The consequences of ignoring the shadow. The refusal to confront and integrate the shadow within us comes at a great cost. Carl Jung emphasized that without this crucial integration, we are barred from realizing our fullest potential. This neglect leaves us fragmented, a mere shadow of what we could become, perpetually trapped in a state of inner discord and incompleteness. As Jung poignantly noted, there is no light without shadow, and no psychic wholeness without imperfection. This failure to embrace the entirety of our being not only hinders our growth, but sees a garden of regrets, where the full, vibrant life we might have led withers in the shadow of what we refuse to face. The journey towards wholeness demands courage to confront the darkness from within, for it is only through this confrontation that we can truly flourish and step into the light of our ultimate potential. Career advancement in creative fields. In the realm of creativity, fear often masquerades as comfort. Imagine Sarah, a graphic designer renowned for her skills. Clients praise her work and colleagues envy her success. Yet beneath the accolades, Sarah is shackled by her own reputation. She sticks to what she knows, avoiding risks and challenges that might tarnish her image. The allure of recognition acts like quicksand, luring Sarah deeper into her comfort zone. She prefers the safety of familiar waters to the uncertainty of uncharted seas. But deep down, she knows something is missing. She's avoiding the messy parts of her craft, the critiques, the failures, the unknowns that could push her to grow. As Carl Jung wisely said, life calls not for perfection, but for completeness. And for this, the thorn in the flesh is needed, the suffering of defects, without which there is no progress and no ascent. To truly thrive, Sarah must confront her fears head on. She needs to dive into the competitive arena, ready to face criticism and learn from her mistakes. It won't be easy. It'll be messy, uncomfortable, and maybe even painful. But through this journey, Sarah will discover a depth to her creativity she never knew existed. She'll realize that true artistry isn't about avoiding imperfections, it's about embracing them, learning from them, and letting them shape her craft. So armed with Jung's wisdom, Sarah takes the plunge. She welcomes the challenges, knowing that each stumble is a step forward, each critique a lesson learned. And as she ventures into the unknown, she finds not only growth, but a newfound sense of fulfillment and authenticity in her work. Romantic relationships and the shadow. In romantic relationships, the shadows of our inner selves often cast long and troubling silhouettes. Meet Jack and Emma, seemingly the perfect couple. They share laughter, intimate moments, and are inseparable. But beneath this veneer of bliss lies a darker truth, a lack of shadow work that threatens to poison their connection. Jack, charming and charismatic, basks in the admiration of others. Emma, nurturing and supportive, finds solace in caring for those around her. Yet beneath these seemingly admirable traits lie unexplored depths of insecurity and fear. Jack's need for constant validation masks a deep-seated fear of inadequacy. Emma's incessant need to care for others stems from a fear of rejection. As Carl Jung astutely observed, everything that irritates us about others can lead to an understanding of ourselves. For Jack and Emma, this unconscious turmoil manifests as toxic behavior. Jack seeks validation outside the relationship, engaging in flirtations and seeking attention from others. Emma, feeling neglected, becomes increasingly controlling, demanding constant reassurance of Jack's love and loyalty. Their relationship becomes a battleground, each skirmish fueled by unresolved emotions and unspoken fears. But with the guidance of shadow work, Jack and Emma embark on a journey of self-discovery. They peel back the layers of their unconscious minds, confronting the shadows lurking within their relationship. Jack learns to find validation within himself, freeing himself from the constant need for external approval. Emma learns that her intrinsic worth isn't defined by Jack's actions or words. Through the transformative power of shadow work, they discover a depth of connection and intimacy they never thought possible, proving that true love isn't found in the absence of darkness, but in the courage to embrace it together. The illusion of pure potential versus the reality of self-improvement. In the theater of life, many of us choose to play the role of pure potential, a character shrouded in the allure of what could be, rather than the starkness of what is. This preference for potential over actuality is a seductive illusion, a mirage that promises greatness without the toil of reality. Yet, as Nietzsche warns, he who would learn to fly one day must first learn to stand and walk and run and climb and dance. One cannot fly into flying. The reality of self-improvement lies not in the boundless dreams of what we might achieve, but in the concrete steps we take. The path to growth demands that we shed the constraints of our potential and embrace the harsh light of reality, for only in this reality lies the true path to self. Making the choice to embrace or reject the shadow. In the realm of personal growth, we stand at a crossroads, each path marked by a profound question. Will we confront and embrace the darker aspects of our nature, or will we turn away, rejecting the parts of ourselves that scare us? Jungian thought compels us to consider this not just as a choice, but as a pivotal moment in our journey towards wholeness. The decision we make here isn't trivial, it's transformative. As Nietzsche cautioned, he who fights with monsters should be careful lest he thereby become a monster. And if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss will also gaze into you. This paradoxical truth encapsulates the essence of integrating the shadow. It is not merely about avoiding becoming what we fear, but rather it's about acknowledging and incorporating those very aspects into our being. By embracing the shadow, we confront the unsettling reality that we may indeed become what we fear on an integrated whole self level. However, this integration paradoxically prevents us from merely manifesting the negative expressions of the shadow. In essence, by acknowledging and accepting the shadow, we transform it from a looming specter into a part of our conscious identity, thereby diffusing its destructive potential. The decision to integrate the shadow is not just a path to personal fulfillment, it's a nuanced dance with the darker aspects of our being. It's an acknowledgement of the complexity inherent in human nature and a recognition that true wholeness arises from embracing the entirety of ourselves, shadows and all. As we conclude our exploration of the shadow and the journey towards self-discovery, remember that understanding the shadow is just the beginning of unraveling the mysteries of the psyche. If today's journey into the depths of the shadow has sparked a flame of curiosity within you, let's keep that flame alive by clicking on this video for an introduction to the trickster archetype, where we delve into the playful and mischievous aspects of the psyche. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more psychological and philosophical content to improve your quality of life and unlock the mysteries of your inner world.